Sam's Club is phasing out traditional checkout lanes, and if you're a regular shopper, you'll want to hear this. Because what you don't know could be quietly costing you more than $750 every year. And no, that's not some wild estimate. That's a calculated figure, crafted and hidden in plain sight, affecting you every time you roll your cart through those warehouse doors. But here's the good news that stops today. We're lifting the lid on the 10 biggest secrets Sam's Club would rather you never discover. These aren't your run-of-the-mill shopping tips like don't forget your list or shop after lunch. These are real hard-hitting strategies that could easily save you hundreds, maybe even thousands annually, if you know what to look for and how to dodge the traps. And when we finally get to secret number 1, let's just say your cashback app will have its hands full. But first, we're starting with something that's always right in front of you every single time you shop, but almost nobody truly understands. Secret number 10. The hidden code behind clearance tags. Imagine strolling down the aisle and spotting a bright yellow clearance sign. It jumps out at you like a warning light. The price looks all right, you hesitate. Should you grab it now? Wait for a better deal next week. Hold up, if that tag ends in 01, there's no time for second guessing. That number means it's the rock bottom price. No more markdowns, no manager specials, no surprise discounts. When you see 01 or a tag labeled D1, that product's journey on the shelf is done. It's the retail equivalent of last call, and if you don't act fast, someone else will. And here's the kicker. Sam's Club doesn't put these items where you'll easily see them. Nope, they're tucked away, buried behind other products, hidden from plain sight. Why? Because Sam's wants only the most observant, savvy shoppers to find them. The ones who move fast and don't hesitate. The second you blink, someone else is wheeling it away in their cart. I've watched people miss $200 markdowns just because they paused to think. So make this your new mantra. If the tag ends in 01, don't walk away. Grab it, check out, and grin like you just walked out with the deal of the decade, because you probably did. The whole idea of the 01 price ending might sound like a small trick, but the psychology behind it runs deep. That number isn't random. It's not just a markdown. It's a signal. A hidden marker that says, this product is at the end of its retail life. If you understand that, you'll start seeing patterns. You'll notice when products quietly rotate out of stock, get replaced by new packaging, or disappear altogether. You'll also realize that these are intentional phases in the retail cycle, and Sam's Club uses them to test how observant and reactive shoppers are. Want to level up? Combine this knowledge with markdown timing, remember Wednesdays and Sundays, and you'll become the shopper who gets the best deal before anyone else even notices it's there. Most people are looking for bright sale signs, you're looking for quiet endings. And that's what sets smart shoppers apart. Secret number 9. The Rotisserie chicken trap. You know that irresistible $4.99 rotisserie chicken? Golden, crispy, and smells like Sunday dinner. It feels like a win, but it's actually bait. That delicious bird is there to lure you in, make you feel like you've hacked the system. But the real hack? It's 10 feet away in the raw poultry section. There you'll find the exact same bird, just unseasoned. No additives, no chemical marinade pooling at the bottom of the container. It's fresher, leaner, and actually costs less per pound. You season it your way, skip the sodium overload, and walk away with more chicken for less money. The truth is, that rotisserie version is packed with what's essentially a convenience tax. You're paying extra for labor, packaging, and shelf placement. So unless you're short on time and flavor, doesn't matter, skip the rotisserie and grab the plain bird. Toss it in your slow cooker and boom, you've upgraded dinner and outsmarted the system. Let's be clear, this isn't just about poultry. The $4.99 rotisserie chicken is symbolic of a much larger retail strategy, the halo effect. Retailers use a single item, usually food, because we're all vulnerable when we're hungry, to create the illusion of savings. The chicken feels like a deal. It smells amazing. It's placed at the back of the store on purpose, so you walk through dozens of aisles just to reach it. By the time you get there, your cart's not empty anymore. That's the trap. The chicken creates a sense of value, and then opens the door to spending more. You feel like you've already won, so you're more likely to add things you don't need. When you start seeing these tactics in action, you'll recognize them everywhere, not just at Sam's Club, but at Costco, Walmart, even Target. What this teaches you is emotional control. Pause before tossing something extra in the cart. Ask, am I still making decisions, or am I reacting? The chicken might be delicious, but awareness is what saves you money. Secret number 8. How to shop without a membership. Here's one Sam's Club definitely doesn't want getting around. You don't actually need a membership to shop there. Yes, really. No $50 fee, no photo card, no annual renewal. There's a completely legal workaround, and it's called a one-day guest pass. With that pass, you can walk in like any regular member. You shop, check out, and just pay a small 10% surcharge. No contracts, no interrogation at the entrance, and no hard sell to upgrade. Want to hit the physical store? Even better, go online, shop as a guest, and the same rule applies. Now, full disclosure, you won't get access to discounted gas, the pharmacy, or members-only services. But if your goal is bulk groceries, household essentials, or a new TV, you're good to go. So next time someone says, "I don't shop there because I'm not a member," you can smile because now you know the secret they don't. Here's something that hits at the core of the Sam's Club business model: exclusivity. Membership clubs don't just sell you bulk goods, they sell you the feeling of being inside something others aren't. That little laminated card in your wallet. It's a psychological key. But the one-day pass and the online guest checkout dismantle that illusion. You don't need to buy to access the benefits. You just need to know the back door. This is a good reminder that exclusivity often isn't real. It's marketing. And once you break through it, you gain freedom. You realize how many services, benefits, and discounts in the world are gated more by perception than actual rules. Pro tip: want to take it further? Pair your guest pass day with markdown timing and stack it with a cashback credit card. You'll be walking out with deals most full members don't even know exist without paying the membership fee. Secret number 7. The markdowns have a schedule. Ever walk into Sam's and it feels like discount paradise, then go back a few days later and it's just overpriced everything? That's not random. That's the markdown schedule at work. Sam's Club doesn't just randomly slash prices. They follow a pattern, and it pays to know it. The big savings roll out Wednesdays and Sundays. That's when the serious cuts happen. Meat, baked goods, electronics, holiday decor, all marked down and ripe for the picking. But timing is everything. If you show up at 2 p.m., you're already too late. The deal hunters have cleared the shelves, and all that's left is overpriced detergent and disappointment. So plan your visit. Get their early doors open early, because showing up at the right time can mean $300 off a new TV or half-priced steak. The markdown window is short. Be the first cart through, not the last one out. There's a reason we hammer this one home. Most people treat shopping like it's a routine chore. They show up whenever it's convenient. But if you show up at the right time, it becomes a profit opportunity. Think of markdown days as market fluctuations. If you were investing in stocks, you wouldn't randomly buy whatever's available at 2 p.m. on a Monday, right? You'd wait for the dip. Same concept. Early morning markdown hunting on Wednesdays and Sundays is a habit that can pay off month after month. Build it into your weekly rhythm. Make it a ritual. Bring coffee, wear sneakers, go alone. Treat it like a stealth mission because, honestly, it kind of is. And remember, the good stuff isn't always in the front. Look under shelves, behind overstocked displays, and in corners most people miss. Clearance gold is often hidden in plain sight. Secret number 6. You don't need a membership to use the pharmacy. Here's a secret that might sound illegal, but it's totally legit. You don't need a membership to use the Sam's Club pharmacy. That's right. No ID card, no annual fee, no questions asked. Why? Because it's federal law. Pharmacies inside membership clubs must remain open to the public. But if you've never heard this before, that's by design. Sam's Club isn't exactly shouting it from the rooftops. In fact, they'd prefer you never find out. Because the moment you realize you can walk in and buy your prescriptions without paying for a membership, the whole illusion starts to fall apart. And get this, the prices? They're often better than Walgreens, CVS, even Walmart. We're talking name brand and generic meds at prices that sometimes drop below your insurance copay. Plus, you get access to free health screenings, cheaper over-the-counter meds, and even tools to sync all your prescriptions so you can pick everything up at once. Yet most people never catch on. They keep dishing out hundreds on overpriced plans, thinking they don't have a choice. Now you know the truth. Sam's Club Pharmacy is open to everyone, and it can save you a small fortune. All it takes is walking through a different set of sliding doors. This one is criminally underused. While everyone's arguing about insurance premiums and pharmacy benefits, Sam's Club is quietly offering medications often at rock-bottom prices to anyone. Most people assume they need to flash a membership card to get inside, so they never even try. Meanwhile, those who know the federal law use this hack month after month, saving on everything from antibiotics to blood pressure meds. But it gets better. Combine it with price comparison tools like Goodrx or Single Care before you go in, and you might find that Sam's price plus their own discounts ends up cheaper than your copay with insurance. And the time-saving benefit, when you synchronize your meds and do one pickup a month, you're not just saving money, you're saving sanity. That's the kind of quiet efficiency that changes lives. Secret number 5. The loss leader trap. Let's talk about one of the oldest tricks in the retail playbook, the loss leader scam. You know it already, even if you've never heard the name. It starts with a cheap hook, the famous $4.99 chicken. Or maybe it's that $1.50 pizza slice at the cafe. You go in for one thing. That's it. And then you look down. Your cart is full. Granola bars, bulk batteries, a 72-pack of sparkling water, maybe even a countertop ice maker. Total cost? $312.67. What just happened? You fell for the trap. That cheap chicken? It's not about profit. It's bait. It's engineered to pull you in and wear down your defenses. Once you're inside, surrounded by oversized everything in the cozy hum of good deals, it's game over. You're no longer making rational decisions. You're being guided by a carefully engineered experience, one designed to empty your wallet without you realizing it. The lighting, the sample carts, the wide aisles, the layout, it's all psychological. And it works. But now that you know, you can fight back. The smart play: get in, get the deal, and get out. No browsing, no detours, no maybe I'll just check this aisle. You go in with tunnel vision, grab what you came for, and leave like you just completed a secret mission. Let's zoom out again. The whole loss leader strategy works because of distraction. One cheap item grabs your attention, and while your brain is celebrating the win, your defenses are lowered. It's not just the food court. It's the seasonal section. It's the aisle of kitchen gadgets with glowing LED lights and Bluetooth features you'll never use. These are designed to pull your attention away from your plan. Here's a trick. Walk in with a written list, yes, a paper list and a calculator. Not your phone. A real calculator. Why? Because that tiny physical action keeps your brain engaged. It disrupts the autopilot that stores depend on. Want to take it next level? Set a dollar cap before you go in. Not a vague around $100. A firm $87. That creates a limit your brain will work within. You'll prioritize better. And the fake deals, they'll bounce right off you. Secret number 4. The hidden savings in the services department. Now, here's a department most shoppers walk past without a second thought: tires, vision, and hearing aids. It might not sound sexy, but this is where some of the biggest hidden savings in Sam's Club live. Let's start with tires. You could save $400 to $500 compared to a dealership on a full set. Add in free tire rotation, balancing, and flat repairs, and the value stacks up fast. Then there's eyewear. Prescription glasses at Sam's are often half the price of what you pay at LensCrafters or VisionWorks. And yes, that includes designer frames and progressive lenses. We're talking savings big enough to cover the cost of a membership 2 or 3 times over just from one purchase. And hearing aids, you could save thousands. No exaggeration. Sam's partners with major hearing aid brands and offers tests, fittings, and follow-ups at a fraction of what you pay at specialty clinics. But they keep it quiet, no big banners, no flashy ads, because if the word got out, those departments would be swamped. So the next time you're in store, don't just hit the snacks and electronics. Wander over to the services section. You might just save a small fortune on things you actually need. Here's the thing. Nobody wakes up thinking, today I'll shop for tires and hearing aids. But these departments are the real membership payoff. While everyone else is hovering around the rotisserie chicken or free samples, you're in the part of the store where $500 savings are routine. It's like playing on a higher level, where the ROI on your membership goes from nice to have to why didn't I do this sooner? But there's a hidden bonus. Service. These departments aren't as busy. The staff have more time to help you. You get more personalized care. And since they know you're a rare visitor, they're usually eager to help. Make a point to stop in once a quarter. Even if you don't need new glasses, check out the frames. Compare tire prices. Ask about hearing checkups. You'll be shocked how much quieter, cheaper, and less stressful these areas are compared to outside vendors. Secret number 3. The in-store versus online price match hack. This next tip is one of the easiest money savers and most people completely overlook it. Ready? If you see an item in the store, check its price on Sam's Club's website. If it's cheaper online, and yes, this happens all the time, you can get that lower price in store instantly. No long forms, no waiting, just show the item on your phone to the cashier or head to the member services desk. They'll match it on the spot. It's simple, it's quick, and it works like magic. Here's the catch. Sam's will only match their own website, not Amazon, not Target, not even Walmart, but even so, the savings can be significant. I've seen items go for $10, $20, even $50 less online compared to the shelf price, sometimes on the exact same day. So before you head to checkout, just take a quick 15 seconds to search that item on Sams.com. It's one of the easiest ways to keep money from slipping through your fingers. And the best part, most shoppers never bother to check, so you stay one step ahead. We live in a digital world, but most shoppers still trust printed shelf tags like gospel. Not you. You join the 15-second checkers, the people who double-check prices on the Sam's Club app or website before they buy. It might feel small. What's $7 saved? Multiply that across 40 shopping trips, and you're looking at hundreds in quiet behind-the-scenes savings, and that's before you even talk cashback. There's also a nice psychological benefit here. You stay engaged, you stay aware, and that alone puts you in a stronger financial position than 90% of shoppers. Bonus tip: check online for bundled deals too. Sometimes the same product with a freebie or bonus pack is only listed online. Always check. Secret number 2. Sam's Club's travel portal crushes the big names. You probably think of Sam's Club as a place to stock up on snacks, detergent, and 40-pound bags of dog food. But would you believe me if I told you it's also one of the best places to book your vacation? Tucked away on their website is a little-known feature, a full-fledged travel portal. And it's a game-changer. Cruises, hotel stays, rental cars, theme park packages, they got it all. And the prices? They beat Expedia, Priceline, and Booking.com more often than you'd think. We're talking about $1,000 plus savings on Disney vacations, deep discounts on Caribbean cruises, unbelievable last-minute getaways, no promo codes, no sketchy third-party sellers, just clean, straightforward deals. Sam's buys in bulk, and just like with their in-store goods, those savings get passed on to you. So if you're still booking travel the old-fashioned way, stop. Log into Sam's travel portal next time you're planning a trip. It might just be the best-kept vacation secret on the internet. Imagine booking a vacation and then discovering that if you just used one little-known portal, you'd have saved $1,000. That's what the Sam's Club travel platform offers, and yet most members don't even know it exists. It's not loud. There's no banner shouting HUGETRIDLSAVINDS, but it's there, and it's potent. The discounts are legit, and even if you already booked your flight or hotel elsewhere, Sam's might still offer better deals on rentals, excursions, or cruise extras. What you learn here is this: being a savvy shopper doesn't stop at the exit doors. It's a mindset, a filter you apply to everything, not just peanut butter and televisions. Next time you're planning a trip, make Sam's Travel your first stop. It might not look flashy, but your bank account will thank you later. Secret number 1. The ultimate cashback stacking strategy. And now this is the big one. The crown jewel of Sam's Club hacks. The trick that can literally make them pay you to shop. This isn't just a hack, it's a strategy. A system. A triple-stacked approach to turn your grocery haul into a cashback machine. Step 1. Use the Scan and Go app. You've seen the signs. Maybe you've even used it once or twice. But if you're not using Scan and Go every single time, you're missing out. This app lets you skip the lines, skip the impulse buys at checkout, and track your total as you go. You stay in control and out of the danger zone. Step 2. Use Rakuten. Before you even walk into the store, open up the Rakuten app on your phone. It often offers between 1% and 8% cashback just for shopping at Sam's Club online or even for in-store purchases with Scan and Go activated. That means you're now stacking in-store discounts with online rebates. It's like finding a $20 bill on the ground every time you shop. Step 3. Pay with a cashback credit card. Finally, when it's time to pay, swipe a cashback credit card that rewards warehouse club spending. Some cards offer up to 5% back in this category. That's your final layer of savings. So what does it look like in practice? Say you spend $500 in a shopping trip. With this triple stack, you might only pay $470 and walk out with everything you need and money in your pocket. And that's before you've even factored in markdowns, clearance codes, and price-matched savings. When you stack these layers, Tando for speed, Rakuten for cashback, and your card for points, you're not just shopping anymore. You're gaming the system. And you're winning. And finally, our triple-layered cashback strategy. This is where everything comes together. Scan and Go Rakuten, cashback credit cards, each one on its own is powerful. But together, they form a system. What matters isn't just that you get $12 back on a $300 trip. It's that you're learning to think in systems. Layered savings, passive advantages, intentional decisions. The truth is, stores like Sam's Club count on passive shoppers. People who walk in with no plan and walk out $300 poorer without knowing where the money went. But you're learning how to extract value every single time. This mindset shift will change how you approach all spending. Whether it's groceries, prescriptions, vacations, or electronics, you'll stop seeing price tags as fixed and start seeing them as flexible. That's the difference between shoppers and strategists. And you've just stepped into strategist territory. The bigger picture. Flip the script. Let's zoom out for a second. If any of these hacks made you think, wait, how did I not know that? Then you're already starting to see the big picture. Everything at Sam's Club, every aisle, every display, every low-cost chicken is part of a strategy. And that strategy is designed to make them money off what you don't know. But once you learn the rules, you get to flip the script. You know how to read clearance tags like a pro. You know when to shop for markdowns. You got access to member perks without even being a member. You can get prescriptions for pennies, glasses for half price, and travel deals that blow Expedia out of the water. You're not just cutting costs, you're gaining control. And this isn't about being cheap, it's about being smart. It's about keeping your money in your own wallet and making every dollar work for you instead of against you. By now, you're not just a casual shopper, you're a strategist. You've seen the codes, dodged the traps, and peeled back the curtain on what's really happening in those giant aisles. But let's take this a level deeper. Because what you've unlocked with these Sam's Club secrets, that's not just retail intel. It's a new way of thinking. Let's talk about why this matters. Why understanding how to game the system at one warehouse club can transform the way you approach your money, your time, and even your habits. The hidden tax of ignorance, most people don't realize it, but there's a silent tax on not paying attention. It's not printed on your receipt, but it's there every time you miss a discount, pay for convenience, or fall into an upsell. This invisible tax exists because retailers design their systems around consumer psychology. They know our habits. They anticipate our laziness. They capitalize on our impulses. But here's the twist. Once you see the system, you're no longer trapped inside it. Suddenly, you stop being the passive target of marketing and you become the one making the calls. You don't just save a few bucks. You shift your entire relationship with spending. You start asking better questions, like what's the true cost of convenience, or am I being guided or manipulated? Once you see the strings, it gets harder to be played. Why Sam's Club is just the beginning. Sam's Club is a case study. A powerful one, sure. But it's not the only place these tactics live. What you've learned here applies at Costco, BJ's, Target, even Amazon. The names change. The tactics stay the same. Psychological lab, bait pricing, manufactured urgency, loyalty illusions, these are everywhere. Which is why this isn't just about saving $300 on your next grocery trip. It's about building a skill, a mental edge, one that makes you dangerous in the best possible way. The moment you start walking into stores with your eyes open, you realize how many traps were waiting for you. That clarity spreads. Soon, you're questioning more than just price tags. You're challenging every default you once accepted. That's what this is about. Not frugality for its own sake. Not penny pinching. Clarity, control, confidence. The myth of the smart spender. A lot of people think being a smart shopper means hunting for coupons, spending hours on deal blogs, or cutting your own shampoo bottles open to get every last drop. Let's clear that up. Being a smart spender isn't about obsessive effort. It's about precision. You don't need to study price charts or carry a binder full of receipts. You just need to learn the leverage points, the few key places where a small amount of knowledge leads to massive savings. Think about the secrets you've already learned. Asterisk, a price tag ending in 01 asterisk, the true cost of convenience items. Asterisk, the power of shopping early on markdown days. Asterisk, getting member perks without the membership. None of these require hours of prep. They require awareness. And once you have that awareness, you're not being frugal, you're being efficient. You're spending with intention. You're buying the same things everyone else is, but you're paying less, getting more, and staying in control. The mental trap of bulk buying. Let's zoom in on one of the most overlooked dangers in warehouse shopping: the illusion of value in bulk. Buying more for less seems like a smart move, and sometimes it is, but not always. Sam's Club thrives on volume. They want you to associate bulk with value. But ask yourself, are you buying what you need or what you think you'll use? That industrial-sized tub of trail mix might look like a deal, but if half of it goes stale in your pantry, you're not saving. You're wasting. Here's a trick. Before you buy anything in bulk, calculate the true unit value against your usage rate. Ask, will I use this up before it expires? And is this replacing something I'd already buy or just adding more? Bulk only works when it aligns with your actual life. Otherwise, it becomes clutter. Expensive clutter. The dopamine economy. Now, let's talk science for a second. Every time you score a deal, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine. It's the same chemical that fires when you eat chocolate, scroll social media, or win a game. Retailers know this. That's why deals are placed in high-traffic areas, why free samples are served at peak hours, why that Markdown TV is always playing a vivid, colorful demo video with cinematic music blasting through the aisle. You're not just shopping. You're being emotionally engaged, stimulated. The win the deal isn't always about price. It's about feeling smart, feeling like you beat the system. But here's where it flips. When you actually beat the system using real strategy, not just marketing hype, you get the same dopamine hit without the buyer's remorse. Because you know your win wasn't manufactured. It was earned. The long game, building shopping discipline. Most people treat shopping like a task, something to cross off the list. They go in, buy what they need, and a lot they don't, and move on. But over time, this behavior shapes habits. If you treat shopping like a ritual, an intentional act, you begin to build discipline. You start asking, asterisk, do I actually need this? Asterisk, is this the best time to buy? Asterisk, what is this store trying to make me feel? This is how you win long-term. You turn your default mode from passive consumer to active decision-maker. You become the kind of person who walks out of a store with exactly what they came for and nothing more. Not because you're depriving yourself, but because you're playing at a higher level. That's how you build real financial momentum. Not through giant sacrifices, but through repeated micro-decisions that compound over time. Shopping is a form of negotiation. This might sound strange, but every time you shop, you're negotiating. Not with a person, but with a system. You're negotiating for value, for time, for energy, for clarity. When you apply the secrets you've learned, like price matching, cashback stacking, or using member services without a membership, you're renegotiating the terms. You're refusing to accept the first offer. You're asserting leverage. This mindset is powerful outside the store too. It teaches you to question offers, read between the lines, and look beyond the sticker price in every part of life: subscriptions, travel, tech, services. You stop asking, can I afford this? And start asking, is this worth it on these terms? That's how financially intelligent people think. That's how they win. The impact of teaching others. Now that you've seen behind the curtain, there's a responsibility here too. Not everyone knows these tricks. Most of your friends, family, coworkers, they're walking into Sam's Club and just accepting whatever price is on the shelf. Not because they don't care, but because no one's ever told them there's another way. Imagine what happens if you start sharing this knowledge. Not in a preachy way, but casually. A one-liner at the register. A link to a video. A tip dropped into a group chat. You create a ripple. Maybe your mom starts using the pharmacy hack. Maybe your best friend starts checking online prices in store. Maybe your cousin books their next vacation through Sam's Club Travel and saves $800. That's impact. That's legacy. And it all starts with awareness. So here's your challenge. Next time you're heading to Sam's Club or any store, really pause and ask yourself, am I playing the game or being played? Because now that you know the secrets, you're holding the map, it's up to you to use it and to share it. Drop your favorite Sam's Club tip in the comments. Share this video with someone you know is overspending without realizing it. And if you want to keep seeing deep dives like this, exposés that reveal the hidden truth behind America's biggest retailers, subscribe to our channel. At our our channel, we don't just help you stretch your budget. We reveal what the stores don't want you to know. And if you're ready for part 2, where we reveal the 10 best things to buy at Sam's Club that crush name brands for a fraction of the price, you won't want to miss what's number 1 on that list. Thanks for watching, and welcome to the smarter side of shopping.